Good evening. Good evening, Edco PubTalk. Hello. Hello. How's everyone doing tonight? Feel free to come on down, start a mosh pit. Happy fall, everyone. On the one hand, I'm like, what happened to April? And on the other hand, I'm like, this is the longest month I've ever experienced. Is it really still September? Welcome to Pub Talk. I am so glad you're all here. My name is Shannon Kelly. I'm back for another season. Thank you, Anne Marie. And I have our MC partner, OSU Cascades, to thank. This is a big year for OSU Cascades. Within weeks, construction begins on a new Student Success Center, which will provide all the support systems that can speed students to graduation. Also, in the same time frame, the campus will begin work on an innovation district where future community organizations, startups, and other innovators will locate on the campus. They'll be close to researchers and can share amenities. Students will have incredible internship opportunities while helping these organizations grow. And on Saturday, OSU Cascades welcomed its largest freshman class ever. These students are bright. A few years from now, as graduates, they could be helping you advance your business or even pitching a startup idea of their own. Thank you, OSU Cascades. There is only one rule to follow tonight. I hope you can hear me. Thank you for listening, sir. One rule to follow. You will vote for 3 companies later this evening, and I'll let you know how when it's time, so don't worry. You'll have everything you need. In the meantime, take some notes. Choose your favorites. You will help determine which 5 of these startup companies are moving on to the BVC stage on October 19th, and who will take home $3,000 tonight. I feel very powerful at this volume level. Thank you, Matt Hand. But first, I get to introduce Edco CEO John Stark for a quick director's minute. John Stark, come on down, my friend. There we are. I have a nice tall microphone for you, John.
Hello, Pub Talk Nation! I haven't done that in like 5 months.
5? I thought
April.
I thought you did it in Sisters in
No,
July.
I didn't. Eric comes up on stage on Sisters.
right.
So welcome, everybody. So glad everybody's here at Pub Talk tonight. We have a great event for you tonight. Most of you know we have many companies, 10 to be exact. And we're super excited to have everybody here to hear their pitches. I have one order of business tonight, and it's short. I need to pay some recognition to some folks. Our team at Edco is what helps make this all happen. So let's give a round of applause to Team Edco. Raise your hand, Team Edco. Mary, raise your hand. Team Edco. There has been just some remarkable communications, collaboration, and teamwork happening around our offices, and I'm just loving every minute of it. And I just wanted to make sure and recognize them tonight. We can't do it without our sponsors. We can't do it without all of you. And we can't certainly do it without our good companies that'll be on stage tonight. So I just want to take time to recognize Team Edco. And that's all I've got for you tonight. Short and sweet. Let's get to
More
the
than
agenda.
enough,
Thanks
John.
for being here.
More than enough. I couldn't agree more. Team Edco all the way. You guys are amazing. All right. So thanks, John. You know, I think you could just set it on the chair. Yeah, just chuck it. You always hear me thanking sponsors. Tonight won't be any different. Each of tonight's title sponsors do so much to support our Pub Talks, and we couldn't do it without them. So thank you, title sponsors BB&K, Roselle Wealth Management, Providence Health Plan, and VLOX. And we're going to actually hear from each of them. So first up, Jordan Smith, VLOX Systems. Where are you? Come on up. And it's this one right in the middle.
Got it? There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pub Talk. Thank you guys for coming out. This is amazing. I don't think we've done it out here before, so this is cool. I love how Edco continues to hand over to Matt Hand new and exciting venues. Next month, we'll be on the moon. If anybody, so I got a couple of things. One, my name is Jordan Smith, VLOX Systems. We're an IT company here in town, so we become like the IT department for businesses throughout Central Oregon, handling things like just productivity, security, and cybersecurity is a big one for us. We want to make sure you guys are secure. Real quick, public service announcement. If you open an email and it asks you to put in your Google credentials, please do not do that right away. It might be okay, but just think about it. It's probably not okay. And contact the person who's emailing you and make sure that they're a real person. All right, so that's my IT advice for the evening. My second one is there anybody... So I have a brother-in-law in college, and he's taught me about this Be Real thing. Anyone know Be Real? Does anyone know what this is? So I did mine on time today, and I'm really excited about that. But now I get 2 extras. So can you guys be in my Be Real? Is that okay? Can I do that? All right, here we go. Everyone pause. Like that. Silly. All right, you guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great one.
Thanks, Jordan. That was fun, but you didn't include me in the Be Real. Feel kind of bad about that. Okay, next time. Next up, David Roselle from Roselle Wealth Management. David, get on up here. Where are you? High altitude beverages. David, this is your first time on the Pub Talk stage, and what a stage we have. Am I right? Your microphone's right there.
It's good to see you. Want to talk about our workout schedules? Hey, everybody. It's great to see so many old friends here tonight. So I have some questions for you. Show of hands, who here owns their own business? A lot of people. Who here knows someone that owns a business? Almost everyone. So we all know how much heart and soul and time and energy goes into creating and growing a business, right? I mean, a lot of it. And what I've found over the years is when people build their business, they often don't have a plan in place for the exit strategy. So I got a couple more questions for you. What percentage of people do you think, business owners this is, plan the sale of their business 2 or more years in advance? So you got 4 options, and I want to see your hands. Option number 1 is 66% of people plan 2 or more years in advance. The next one is 46% of people, 26% of people, or 6% of people. So raise your hand for 66% of entrepreneurs plan 2 or more years in advance. Raise your hands for 46%. Raise your hands for 26. That's reasonable. And raise your hand if it's only 6. Look at you. You got the answer correct. What this means is that 94% of us entrepreneurs don't have a plan in place for our exit strategy. So we have a process called the 6% advantage. And what it does is it helps people maximize their profits when they sell their business. It helps people make sure that Uncle Sam doesn't become their number 1 beneficiary in the form of capital gains tax, in the form of estate tax. It helps you create a legacy, and most importantly, it helps ensure that you get to live the life that you've imagined when you're in your years of financial independence. So I have one of the books that I've written called Failure's Not an Option, Creating Certainty in the Uncertainty of Retirement. And there's a box load of them here. So if you'd like to take one, it would be an honor. And I want to leave you with one following statement. I truly believe there's 3 types of people in this world. Those that make things happen, like all of you in this group today, and those that watch things happen. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that just say, what happened, right? So when it comes to the future sale of your companies, because most of you raised your hand when I said, how many business owners are out there? Make sure you make things happen when it comes to the sale of your business. Thanks very much.
Thanks, David. Pretty sure nobody wants to buy Shannon Kelly LLC, but hey, I could be wrong. Next up, Miley Mead from Providence Healthcare. Get on up here, Miley.
everybody. I'm Miley Mead with, Providence Health Plan. I wanted to say thank you for being such a wonderful business community and so welcoming to Providence over the years. Our focus is really to take care of our community's whole health, and that includes the business health, our affordable health care plans, and the communities which we live. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of you and good luck tonight, and we'll see you again at the next Pub Talk.
Thanks, Miley. Well done. All right, next up, you know him, you love him, Kurt Barker from Best and Krieger. Kurt, come on up. Is it on? Turn it on. Jiggle the handle. Plug it in, unplug
Miracle.
it.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
There we go.
Everybody, we love EDCO. It's such a critical part of our infrastructure in this business community. And we're proud to be a title sponsor of Pub Talk for a long time. So I have a question for you. If you'd like $100 in worthiness, raise your hand, please. What year did BBK, formerly Carnot Peterson, take a guess at the year we started sponsoring Pub Talk? No, 1924. Dave, I'm not that bald. Anybody want to raise their hand, take a shot at the year? It's over 10 years. I can't believe no one wants it. Yes, please, Marisa. You are so close. Did you say something just after 2010? Yes, Marisa got it. 2011. I've got $100 for her. Thank you, everyone, for not raising your hands tonight. You're a tough crowd. So I'm Kurt Barker, your friendly neighborhood employment attorney. We have 15 of us business-minded lawyers right here in town, and with 250 now spread across other states, there's not much we can't do to help you for your business. So enough of that. I just need to introduce one of our newest, best, and brightest is here tonight. This is his very first Pub Talk, Trent Fornacier. Where are you, Trent? You better stand up or raise. Trent, hey, thank you. So Trent not only just joined our firm, but he just found out that he crushed the Oregon State Bar exam. So, yes, thank you. Give him a warm Pub Talk welcome, or ask him to buy you a beer, one of those. Everybody, to the presenting companies, we're stoked to hear what you have to say, and you got this. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. Congratulations. Everybody should be buying you a beer, hopefully not all at once. That could get ugly. Ooh, this is a work event, technically. Congratulations, Marisa. You did it. Now, we have some cash money up for grabs tonight from Washington Trust Bank. This is so much fun. Huge thanks to Washington Trust and Corey Allen, who will take the stage later to hand over the big check. And when I say big check, it is literally a giant check. So get ready for that. Also, as a reminder, now that you're all paying a little bit more attention, you can all come right down here and be nice and close to the action. And I highly recommend that you move a little closer, especially if you're standing next to people who are just chatting away. Just separate from the group. Come on down to the grassy area and get a little closer. We are so pleased to support our homegrown Central Oregon startup companies and showcase how they compete with applying companies from around the U.S. So first, thank you, Portland Seed Fund, for sponsoring the early stage investment with a $25,000 minimum investment at this year's BVC. Last year, they actually wrote 4 checks for $40,000, and 3 of them went to early stage companies just like the ones you'll hear from tonight. They're known for this, surprising us. So thanks for your support here in Bend, Portland Seed Fund. We appreciate you. Now we've got 3 expert judges in the mix this evening. They will be voting for 2 of the 5 finalists headed to the BVC stage, leaving 3 for you all to choose at the end of the night. Please help me welcome to the Pub Talk stage Dawn Mill, EDCO's Bend Area Director, Jen Lynch, BVC Fund Manager, and of course Steve Eichenlaub, Managing Director at Portland Seed Fund. Steve Eichenlaub is a managing director of Portland Seed Fund 4 and has been associated with PSF since 2014 as a limited partner in prior funds. He brings extensive venture capital startup operating and M&A experience over more than 3 decades. Previously, he was COO at M6, a Portland-based SaaS startup, helping grow the company up to and beyond its successful exit. And ahead of that, for over a decade, he was a managing director at Intel Capital, leading and managing the strategy, deal structuring, and post-investment efforts on over 100 investments. Since 2011, Steve has been a board member and treasurer of PECI, a Portland-based energy policy influencing nonprofit focused on environmental justice and equity by amplifying voices of underrepresented communities. Steve holds a BS in engineering from UC Berkeley and an MBA from Harvard Business School. Welcome, Steve. And Dawn Malware, where are you, Dawn? Come on down. Dawn serves as EDCO's Bend Area Director and is responsible for supporting EDCO's mission of creating a diversified local economy with a strong base of middle-income jobs in Central Oregon. His economic development efforts focus on guiding employers from outside the region in relocating to Bend, managing incentive programs, and working closely with Bend's traded sector companies to help them grow. In his role as Chief Financial Officer over 3+ decades prior to joining EDCO, Dawn has led successful, rapid growth venture capital, private equity, and publicly traded healthcare companies through national expansion and ultimate exit. Early in his career, Dawn co-founded Theratex, which was identified number 2 in Inc. 100's fastest growing small public companies in America, and together with co-founders, he was recognized as Entrepreneur of the Year by Inc. magazine. Wow, Dawn, impressive. And of course, BVC fund manager extraordinaire. You all know her and love her. She has been on the stage many times. She's my favorite, Jen Lynch. Welcome, Jen Lynch. So thanks all of you for being here. Once we've heard from all 10 early stage companies, voting will open, results will be tallied, and then announced at the end of the pub talk, so wait for my cue. Companies will be presenting in alphabetical order tonight, so we can accommodate both in person. I think actually everyone's here in person, which is very exciting. 3-minute pitches followed by 3-minute Q&A means we will only have time for 2 or 3 questions tops from each company. So one of those questions will come from the judges. If you have a question, please try to keep it short and relevant to the company. And remember, these are early stage companies, so don't have all the answers just yet, but they'll get as close as they can. First up, are you ready? First early stage company, BuildingLens Inc. from Portland, Oregon, is a software platform for small and medium-sized buildings that integrates with existing building automation systems, thermostats, and IoT devices to offer owners and operators a new level of oversight and occupant-centered data. Welcome.
Everyone. Hello. All right. How y'all doing? Good, good. So I'm the co-founder of BuildingLens. We bridge the gap between people, technology, and the utilities that supply our energy. My name is David Birchfield. This is my second company. My first one has 25 employees, and I'm out of the day-to-day. Now, 95% of our buildings in the United States are small, and they waste over $80 billion a year. And to add insult to injury, poor facility management causes 1.6 million deaths per year due to poor indoor air quality. But we have a solution. It is called BuildingLens. It is a software as a service that prioritizes human health to save energy in buildings. We're able to do this with 3 applications. The first application is AirLens. It prioritizes air for the people. The second application is EnergyLens. It reduces energy use, reduces cost for the planet. And the last one is the album suite. What it does is it connects the people in the small buildings to the utilities so that we can do more distributed energy resources and really go into the future of the clean energy economy. Now, this market is worth $390 billion a year, with 5 million small buildings, 3,300 utilities, and 39 million rental homes. We have been able to install our solution in 5 buildings, and we also have 14 more customers that are going to be installed this year. Our management team has over 75 years of experience. I've worked with 2 of them for over a decade, and we have already had other startups. Right now, we have 60,000 lines of tested code. We have a lead investor, and we also are on track to get to where we need to go by June 2024. So why don't you all come join us as we operationalize the triple bottom line with AirLens for the people, EnergyLens for the planet, and the album suite for prosperity. Thank you.
Beautiful pitch. Thank you. Well done. Okay, our first question is going to come from the judges. Who's it going to be? Looks like... Okay, it's Jen
Thanks,
Lynch,
David.
everybody.
David, I heard Tanya Barham, CEO of Community Energy Labs, on OPB Think Out Loud today, talking about the built environment.
Yes.
The 40% of energy consumption on the planet comes from the built environment. It's
Yes, it
incredibly
does.
important. So talk a little bit about small buildings. Why go after small buildings and why not big ones?
Well, I've been in the small building market most of my career, and I have seen the big, large building management systems try to fit themselves into small buildings. And what happens is that they don't have facility managers. You see, a 100,000 square foot building or bigger, they can afford a facility manager to manage the facility. So as the clean energy economy continues to evolve, the building managers are not even keeping up, and they're behind in the first place. So.
You're using a SaaS business model, if I heard you correctly.
Yes, sir.
And you're measuring and optimizing energy consumption in a building and between buildings. For that, you need somehow to send. Put that right to your mouth. For that, you need somehow to sense all of the variables
Yes.
that relate.
Yes.
How do you count on all those sensors to be there and be compatible therewith?
So when we come into a building, we integrate with IoT devices. So they have to be available on the web. They have to have a URL or some way, a REST API. And you can call us the Google, and the building management system is the car. If the car is going to drive off a cliff, Google will say, hey, go right, not left. And in today's environment, it changes so much. So with those changes, we got to change operation on the fly, not just design it at a static set point like we're used to doing.
Very good. I think we have one more quick question that we can hit. How about somebody close? Anybody have a question for my friend here? How much money are we talking about saving businesses by implementing these?
That's a great question. So the average small building across the United States, we'd save it up to 30%, which is worth about $15,000 a year. But that's not even the biggest savings. It's the increased air quality, increases productivity for the occupants, as well as removes sick days so that they would actually make more money on the bottom line. That's the biggest upside.
This is beautiful. I love it so much. Well, awesome pitch. Good luck to you. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in a bit.
All right.
Thank you, sponsor COCC. Central Oregon Community College's popular small business management program is now accepting applications for this year's cohort. Boost your success with this hands-on coaching program for small business owners. Learn from local experts who will share best practices and tools. Experience a safe environment in which to experiment and share your successes and challenges with your peers. Meet weekly, one-on-one with a business advisor. Hundreds of Central Oregon small businesses, including Pine Mountain Sports, Wahoo Films, Dana Signs, Silver Moon Brewing, Dudley's Bookshop Cafe, and more have completed COCC's Small Business Management Program. The next cohort begins October 11th. Scholarships are available for qualifying small business owners. You can apply online at cocc.edu, or you can contact COCC's Center for Business, Industry, and Professional Development to learn more. Our second early stage company, CaseMark AI from Portland, Oregon, is a suite of tools that streamline workflows, generate summaries, and accelerate discovery work, all with secure, scalable, and privacy-first AI solutions for legal industries. Welcome, CaseMark AI.
Hey, how you guys doing? Howdy, everybody. How you doing? My name is Scott Cavina. I'm the co-founder and CEO of CaseMark AI. We're based in Portland, Oregon. How many folks out there are using or have used ChatGPT? You all have. Of course you have. So my wife is an insurance defense attorney, and she's freaked out about it, of course. I think a lot of attorneys are. And AI itself is actually having what I'd call an iPhone moment. We all had mobile phones in our pockets before the iPhone came along. We probably don't remember what they are, but once that iPhone came along, we realized there was an interesting opportunity there. And that idea of touchless payments and mobile boarding passes was going to take a decade to get there. But once we saw that first iPhone, we realized the possibility there. And AI is having that exact same moment, and the starting gun went off in November with ChatGPT. I saw this as a unique opportunity. I pulled together a team of folks. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been doing this for way too long. And so I pulled together a team of folks in June, and we sort of went out to attorneys and we asked them, what are some of your challenges, not only with legal tech, but also with AI in general? And there were 3 themes that came along. One was security and privacy. It's table stakes when it comes for attorneys and AI or any legal tech. 2 was ease of use. The stuff has to be easy. For the last 25 years, legal tech has been pitching this, panacea to attorneys that just hasn't been there. And so it has to be easy for them to use, otherwise they're just not going to use it. And the last one, of course, is predictability. If they're going to adopt AI, it has to be predictable. The results have to be predictable, and you have to be able to lean into the magic of AI, which is around prediction. Can you glean insights from vast amounts of data? Well, AI can do that, and it does it really well. So we started this in June. We launched our first product about 4 weeks ago. Some productivity tools for Microsoft Word and Chrome. We give those away. It's a loss leader to drive folks into our paid product, which we launched last week. It's called Workflow. What it does is automate common workflows for attorneys. So things like medical chronologies, case summaries, deposition summaries, you name it, we can do that. We've got 5 paying customers. We're generating about 25K in ARR. Nothing exciting yet, but we're still early days here, and really excited about what we're building. And that's CaseMark.
Amazing. Oh. Okay, I'm back. First question goes to the judges. Who's it going to be? Dawn.
Why wouldn't a law firm adopt your system?
I think it'd be the law firm that is about to go out of business that doesn't adopt it, really. I mean, it's inevitable. I hate to say it. I think the big thing, I was actually at an event in New York a couple weeks ago in front of about 250 attorneys, and they're already feeling pricing pressure because their big clients are coming to them saying, look, we know AI's there. We expect you to use it. If you don't use it, we're going to move on to the firm that does leverage it. So.
We know, Scott, that GPT-4 can pass the bar exam, so presumably it's at least as qualified as some of the attorneys that you'd be replacing. But is that the idea? Like this could you could lean on this to do what an intern could do, or lean on this to do what a young person could do? Like, talk to me about the productivity.
No, I think it's more about freeing up attorneys to focus on work that's more important. A lot of this is drudgery, going through a boatload of deposition summaries or a big long deposition and be able to summarize that's kind of a pain. We actually we did a deal, of course, with my wife's law firm, and we threw in a couple deposition summaries. So these are 150 pages of just tedium of answer back and forth, and ask it questions. Hey, I'm a defense attorney. What are 4 things that you can pull out of this summary or out of this deposition that might be interesting? And gosh, if it didn't just nail it. I mean, that to me is it's a little scary, but it's also very exciting and inevitable.
So they are all presumably terrified of AI, given this Fulio and the beverage cart lawsuit and all of this, right? So do you have to convince them that this is a technology that's worth using, or are attorneys out looking for something and just need a credible provider?
Yeah, I think they need a credible provider. Right now, the vast majority of attorneys will not use, and they shouldn't use, ChatGPT because there aren't assurances around data leakage, around using your prompt to train the LLMs, the large language models. And we're focused on attorneys who are on the bleeding edge, that want to adopt this technology, that know that it's going to be a competitive advantage. The other folks will come along over time. Yeah.
Okay, I have a quick question. So,
Fire.
Do you think this is going to improve the life quality for attorneys? This is going to give them a little bit more wiggle room?
I'm hoping it'll improve the life quality of my wife. That's really...
Let's go for it. I'm into it. Well, thank you so much. This is very exciting stuff.
Thanks, everybody. See you guys.
Oh, yeah, there's a question.
Oh, too late for questions, though. You can find me out here.
Okay. Oof. Third early stage company, Finnegan the Dragon out of Hillsboro, Oregon, is the first preschool curriculum and mobility gaming system that targets language development for better learning outcomes. Welcome, Finnegan the Dragon.
Thank you, BVC. And hi, I'm Emily. I'm the founder and CEO of Finnegan the Dragon. I'm thrilled to be here. In fact, I'm thrilled to be up here presenting it all. You see, I was a special education teacher, and several years ago, I suffered a traumatic brain injury in the classroom, leaving me without the ability to turn thoughts into words for the better part of a year. But it was through my recovery that I discovered a solution to a problem that was greater than my own, and it seemed to be getting bigger every year. Speech and language delays for early learners is on a steady incline. And in 2021, less than 50% of all 6-year-olds met speech and language milestones, which forced the CDC to lower benchmarks for the first time in almost 50 years. They cited 2 root causes of this problem. 1, reduced communication in the home, and 2, increased consumption of passive screen time. Thus was born Finnegan the Dragon, a company that provides the solution for both problems. So while we know we can't force people to communicate in the home, we can target these delays through what we call speech-to-print curriculum. This is curriculum that takes the science of reading and matches it with the power of music for better reading readiness. But we also address the screen by providing an online interactive gaming experience that relies on vocal interaction and takes that classroom learning experience and it connects it to the home, which is effectively changes the passive screen time into active learning. So where are we right now? We just started piloting with Head Start of Oregon. And through some lovely conversations to hear, we might be coming to Bend very shortly. We're already in the Pacific Northwest in several other states. And in 2024, we have plans to move our pilot strategically to the Southwest and Northeastern regions. So why us? Why this little company out of Portland, Oregon? Well, we have a combined 150 years of classroom and clinical experience. We have over 80 years of combined PR and marketing experience. We have several active CEOs who are quite successful in the educational technology space, and we have one guy who won a few Emmys for his work in animation. So we just feel pretty good about our team right now. And so while we know that we meet the needs of classrooms and we meet the needs of parents, we also know that we provide a sound opportunity for investors. So I look forward to answering any of your questions.
Beautiful pitch. Thank you so much. This is incredible. Okay, Steve, take it away.
Thank you, Emily. You have a very compelling story, and you're on a very important mission.
Thank you.
Can you explain a little bit how you plan to make money? Tell us about your business model.
So we are targeting the $90 billion preschool educational space that serves about 1 million preschool classrooms right now, which we know is far from sufficient to what we need to be providing. We are the only developed nation that doesn't provide universal child care and free preschool for all, which is changing. So we know this is a growing space. We know that it's quite fractured right now, but it is becoming pre-K through 12 in most educational districts.
It strikes me that investors tend to be relatively impatient.
Yes.
And it also strikes me that the customers you serve probably have, I can't imagine selling into a school system, how long that must take. So talk to us a little bit about how your sales cycle works and how that fits into an investor's profile.
So our sales cycle takes about 12 weeks until we can secure the pilot. We have created a funding strategy that does not stress the school districts or Head Start, and we plan to use that strategy to really break through in 2024.
Incredible. Do I have any questions right here? Okay, I don't want to miss anyone. So I have a question. And it's gone. It was there and then it went away. What's that? What's Finnegan the Dragon? How did you come up with that concept?
Well, one of the reasons we chose a single character narrative is that is what we are competing with for screen time. So we knew that our curriculum had to have that single character like Elmo, like many Disney characters. It had to have that commercial element, but we weren't going into classrooms to monetize children. We just wanted to meet them at their learning level.
Yeah, that's great. In fact, that really answers my original question, which was, are there other competitors? Okay, beautiful pitch.
Thank you.
Emily, thank you, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Thank you, Jen Lynch. You're my favorite for a reason. Sponsor, Sensiba. Hey there, just a quick heads up for our business community from your local full-service accounting and business advisory firm, Sensiba LLP. After dozens of warnings to U.S. businesses about claiming invalid employee retention credits, the IRS is suspending claims processing through the end of the year. So if you've engaged with someone to prepare an ERC filing, make sure you are working with a reputable service provider. Questions regarding employee retention credits, reach out to Sensiba at www.sensiba.com. Our fourth early stage company, Fior Innovations from Bend, Oregon, is a robust construction management software for the architecture, engineering, and construction industries. Welcome, Fior Innovations.
Hello, everybody. It does work, but I have the battery out, so we're good. Hey, my name is Paul Tice. I'm with Fior Innovations, a business based here in Bend, Oregon, and I want to tell you a story about construction. And in this story, a contractor has to go into a bathroom remodel and move a drain from one position to another. And as part of that remodel process, she has to get her saw and cut into the concrete to be able to get to the drain pipes below. So she gets down there and she starts cutting through the concrete, and in a few seconds she hears a pop, and then there's an explosion. So the problem with that scenario is she didn't know what hit her. And this contractor may not survive. So what we found in this industry, and what she didn't know about, is there's danger underneath the ground when people and contractors try to get into the ground to do remodels. And in this case, she hit a PT cable, a post-tension cable with thousands of pounds of pressure on it that are holding the foundation of this building together, okay? So in that process, if she would have just had as-built records, or if she would have had some kind of construction documents or high-resolution images to tell her that that was down there, she could have been saved. And this is what we've done with Fior Innovations. We've created software to deploy this kind of data right to their fingertips, streaming through a smartphone. Now, in doing this, we tapped into an $8 trillion global market in construction. And we've tapped into $1.6 trillion in construction in the United States alone. We found that there's 783,000 general contractors here in the United States that could use this solution. And with just 1% of them subscribing to this, we'll be generating $47 million in annual revenue in just 5 years. Now, that's a lot of jobs that we can create right here in Bend, Oregon. And that's a really great safety net for contractors to move forward. And so I'm so happy to be here with my team tonight. Thank you for coming. I appreciate all of you. And we've already built $1 million business here in Bend, Oregon, separate from this one, where we go in the field and we capture this data with drones and with scanners and with photography to capture that building from the ground up so that we know what's there. And we can stream that to the contractors, and contractors love it. They love it so much that they're subscribing and resubscribing. In fact, they're giving us testimonials in written form, which is awesome. We have hundreds of users using our software right now, every day, looking at this data, and their testimonials are saying, "You've changed my life with this and our construction industry, making it safer." So I'm asking you to join me today on this epic journey to revolutionize construction technology and to maybe even reinvent construction safety, so that these guys and gals can come home safely every day and have an opportunity to provide for their families for years to come. Thank you.
Wonderful job.
Thanks, Paul. I live in one of those houses where somebody drew plans and then the contractors just sort of winged it from there.
Sure.
So talk a little bit more about how you find out what actually happened without having real as-built.
Yeah, so I think that's a systemic problem in construction. There is not enough as-built out there, and so we created a company 10 years ago to go capture those as-built. But the problem we had is we couldn't deploy it to the contractors because the data is massive. It's very rich, high resolution, and so this software company can deploy that kind of data to give it to them quickly, so they don't have to carry thousands of sheet sets into the field. They can just look on their phone and
you
have
can
that.
see inside the foundation?
Yeah, in some cases, as long as that was captured before, but sometimes it requires people to document these buildings from the ground up to get that kind of data.
And I know that they're out there working on my house with a gigantic printout, right? This is how everyone feels comfortable. So how do you deliver it, right? How do you deliver the information in a way that competes with that?
Yeah, so we stream it. We stream it right through the smartphone, so they don't have to carry that out, and we can get that up-to-date information to them right away. And that's something our competitors haven't been able to do very well because we worked in the field and found all these roadblocks with their software that we solved.
Question, the industry size that you gave us at the beginning, I think that spans everywhere from residential up to small commercial, up to large commercial, up to industrial, infrastructure. Where does your product really? What's the sweet spot for your product along that spectrum?
Yeah, great question. So our contractors our target audience is general contractors, but that can be residential. All general contractors, and we have residential subscribers and commercial subscribers. We have data centers using our stuff, and the small builder making less than $5 million a year using our stuff. So we really found that they just need that actionable data, and they're saying they don't know how they did their job without it in the past, and we're super proud of that.
Very good, Paul. This is awesome. I got to tell you, when you first came up on stage, I thought we were having a Village People lip sync battle, and I was ready to go. Well done and good luck. And I'll let you grab your saw because I don't think I should have access to that, let's be honest. All right, our fifth early stage company, Our fifth early stage company, ILA Inc., from Jackson, Wyoming, is an AI-powered adventure platform that is making space for women in the outdoors. Welcome, ILA Inc. Is that on?
Hi everyone, my name is Tana and I'm very honored to present to you ILA, which is a global adventure platform that's revolutionizing the way that women find other women to do their favorite outdoor activities with. So the problem that we're solving for is that women like myself, we don't actually have a trusted and effective way to find outdoor adventure partners. Most of us use what I like to refer to as the post and pray method. It's where you post to social media, sometimes in a Facebook group of 10,000 people, and you pray that somebody sees it before your day off. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of misconnections. I've been working in the outdoor industry for over 20 years, and I can't tell you how many women, how many friends have reached out to me asking, do I know someone that they can connect with for this, that, or the other sport? And so I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if everyone had access to a friend that could introduce them to people? So last year, I built an algorithm that helps women find adventure partners in minutes. So ILA is a proactive adventure networking platform that actually allows users to match with other users in their area that do the same outdoor activities at similar levels and typically have the same days off. So we launched our beta in May earlier this year as a web app, and we grew to 1,000 members without any marketing dollars, and we've matched women over 500 times for everything from hikes to bike rides to climbing and dirt biking. And while it may seem like this is a friend-finding app, which that is our core function, what we're really tapping into here is the $366 billion adventure tourism industry. And that's because everyone who joins ILA is joining for the same reason. They want to experience the great outdoors together. So we have about 20 million women in the US who have been waiting for an app like this. The best way to describe our business model is as a freemium adventure marketplace. Freemium because it's free to create a profile, pending a safety verification process, and then marketplace because we have multiple B2B and B2C offerings layered on top of that. Those include premium memberships that give women access to pro deals and exclusive events. We also have affiliate partners, advertising partners. We have agency services like content creation and recruiting. And the one that makes us really interesting and sets ILA apart is our market insights. So everyone that joins ILA provides 20 to 50 data points about their demographics, the outdoor activities that they like to do, how they like to do them, how often. And in the future, we plan to offer a platform similar to Strava Metro or LinkedIn Market Insights to give brands the opportunity to look at anonymous and aggregated data so that they can provide innovative products and services to serve women in the outdoors. So we are on a mission to create space for women in the outdoors, and I hope that you'll invite us back to share this next month.
This is incredible. I love it. Yeah, I love it so much. Okay, judges.
Should we start with a question from the audience?
Does anybody from the
What do you think?
audience have a question? Okay, it's back to you, Don.
Well,
Well, you know, they're feeling shy, okay? Don't single them out. They're feeling shy. Don, hit it.
While that's brewing, my question: what's your average revenue per month customer, however you measure it?
So right now, we actually had a paid beta early on when we did our private beta. So we charged women $50 to participate in our test before they'd ever seen it before, and they all did that, which was really cool. And then we decided to change to a freemium model because we realized that network effects are really important to our business model. So we just relaunched our premium, but right now we're generating about $300 a month. It's not very big, but we're excited to launch an iOS later this year, and that is really the thing that unlocks the ability to turn on the rest of our revenue streams. And our model has us breaking even in 2025 and generating $2 to $10 million in revenue.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you guys all in that Bend? I just moved to Bend and I'm female and I'm looking for friends group.
I've met
Are you
like
guys
20
all
of
in
them.
Jen, I've lived here almost 15 years, and I'm
still
looking
in the
at,
group.
Yeah, come on
Everyone's
now.
in the group. There's 100,000 people in the group, and literally every third post is this. Like, I'm gonna climb South Sister next weekend. What do you? So how do you bust into that, right? Like, you were doing it for free already. So how do you intersect yourself?
I'm sorry, can you?
It just like, how do you insert yourself with a paid product into something that people are for sure doing for free?
Well, it's freemium, so anyone can use our matching for free.
And can you just like show up in the Facebook groups and say, hey, download my thing? Or talk a little bit more about customer acquisition.
Yeah, so for customer acquisition, what has really been our biggest driver is all of the other women-specific communities that are already existing. So affinity groups, because they really don't see us as competition, because whereas many of these organizations are already doing events, they have set events, maybe once a month or twice a month. And what they really want is they want ways for their members to, quote unquote, keep the magic alive in between these trips, in between these clinics. And so when we say, hey, do you want to get on our app? And maybe we'll like throw you guys a badge once we figure out how to do that in a few years, help you get some exposure, get more people to your clinics. They're like, yeah, we'll tell our entire email list to sign up.
Well, I think that there's a lot of opportunity for you to keep going in lots of different directions with this. It's so cool. Well done. Great pitch. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. We would like to extend a thank you to all our EDCO members. Our work simply would not happen without the support of our members. If you're not a member, we'd love to encourage you to consider joining today. EDCO membership underwrites a variety of support and resources, including events just like this one, and our work to build a prosperous and sustainable economy. We are pleased to announce our newest EDCO members, Metolius Artisan Tea, StartupLandia.io, Andrus Investment Trust, Luno Inc., University of Oregon, Version X Design, Next Studios, Subalpine, DC Lending, Bright Light Graphics, Brian Kosler, Explore Sisters, Mocker Development, Sport Tech Systems International, and Bradley Gehrig. Busy couple months for EDCO. If you want to hear your business called out at PubTalk and learn more about EDCO membership, visit Larry Holman or any of the EDCO team here tonight and we'll make it happen. Back to business. Sponsor BBSI has been helping Central Oregon businesses of all sizes prosper by serving as an advocate, resource, and guide for business owners and entrepreneurs. BBSI delivers expertise in business strategy, HR, risk, payroll, and recruiting that has helped our clients overcome challenges, reduce costs, and grow revenue. BBSI, people, process, and prosperity for your business. Our sixth early stage company, Neon Mob from Seattle, Washington, is a digital art trading card game where independent artists can share their work for others to collect with the ability to prove ownership without having to use blockchain or NFTs. Welcome, Neon Mob.
Hello. Yes. Okay.
Hi, I'm Carly Rector. I am an engineer turned entrepreneur. I was at Amazon for 14 years, including on some of retail's largest features and as technical leader on 2 strategic new initiatives. I left to start my own company 2 years ago, and I acquired Neon Mob, a live game with a passionate community, in April. So my vision is to bring the free-to-play model from gaming to art collecting, and in particular to digital art collecting. You see, digital art has a fundamental problem when compared to traditional art where you're creating a physical object. While I can make a painting, show it to you, if you love it, you can buy it from me and hang it on your wall. If I do a digital painting and post it to Instagram, everyone on the internet has it for free, and even the people who like it the most are probably just hitting like and then forgetting about it. That means that digital natives who live their lives online struggle to fulfill that same fundamental urge to connect with art and show off their taste. Meanwhile, digital artists are forced to monetize their work in indirect ways that are high effort and low margin. Art theft is also rampant online, and the last 2 years have been even worse, with bots scraping images to sell as NFTs or use as training data for AI models. Even when people want to support human creativity, it's difficult to do. I personally have commissioned work from my favorite artists that I didn't even really want because there was no way to give them money for the art I was already enjoying. So how do we sort of solve that fundamental business model problem? Well, we can borrow another highly successful business model, free-to-play. Online games had similar problems, but it turns out you can release your game for free, get wide distribution, not have to worry about theft, and monetize a portion of your audience via optional extras. Games like Fortnite and Genshin Impact are free to play but have made billions of dollars in cosmetics and other extras. So Neon Mob does the same thing, but for art. It's an online game where independent artists come and make virtual card sets that people can view, collect, and trade with each other for free. They buy subscriptions and in-game currency to improve and customize their collections, and artists are paid royalties for any currency spent collecting their work. I started out my company as a digital art marketplace, and my proprietary technology allows you to show off your collection across the web without requiring blockchain or NFTs. I acquired Neon Mob in April, and since then have almost doubled its revenue to $19,000 from 5,000 active users in August. The opportunity for growth is huge. Free-to-play collecting games have made over $8 billion last year, and our metrics are far above usual free-to-play benchmarks because Neon Mob is more than a casual game. It's a way to build a collection and support artists you enjoy. In addition to my technical experience at Amazon, I've played games and organized online communities all my life, and I understand both the math and the social aspects of in-game economies. My team includes past founders, others from game communities, and of course, artists. We're currently working to scale user acquisition and build out more collection features to make Neon Mob truly the way to collect art online. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. You did it. Okay, judges. First question.
This is a fascinating mashup of problem and solution, and a little hard to wrap my head around. That said, it is kind of a marketplace that you've structured in a way that makes it much more appealing, maybe. Mm-hmm. But you still have to balance sort of the supply and the demand. And you say you want to really help the digital artists, monetize what they're doing.
Yep.
It feels like you have to have some sort of an onboarding process where you don't flood your game with all this digital content and then your royalty streams are too small, so they run away.
Yeah, so
how do you manage the onboarding of both sides of the marketplace?
There's actually 2 different classes of artists. There's amateur and pro. Amateur, you can just come on and build a set immediately if you want to, but you don't get paid royalties. Pro, you have to submit a pitch, and the community actually votes on it. And then you get approved to put together your collection, and we sort of curate it and release those once a day, usually.
So you said twice in your pitch that you can do this without encountering blockchain NFT. So talk a little bit more about why you hate them.
Hate is probably relatively accurate at this point. But so the digital art community hates NFTs pretty passionately. I have a little bit more nuanced view. If people want to debate me about crypto, we can do that later. But the art community hates it. I personally, as someone technically who knows about it, don't think it's necessary. Like, it doesn't actually offer anything that you can't do in other ways using other existing technologies, especially for the use case that we're looking at here. So,
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Thanks. Do I have any questions from the audience? I think we have time for one more. Yes. Yeah, so the art that you're buying online, can you repurpose it? Is there like a licensing agreement? Can you print it, use it as a logo, get a t-shirt made?
Yeah, so it's a personal use. It's not really meant for like assets like a logo or anything like that. But you can use it across your sort of personal things. Like it's more like buying a painting than buying a stock image to use in your presentation or something like that. It's something you want to hang on your wall or put on your Twitter profile or put in your virtual house at the point you have one of those maybe, like that kind of use case.
Yeah, sure. Send it to a friend, make their day better. I get that.
Yeah. And you can build out your own gallery to show your friends too and sort of show them all of your favorite art.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, thank you so much for being here. Good luck. And
Thank you.
I think you'll be very successful. Sponsor TDS, a proud supporter of EDCO and PubTalk events and values being a part of the Central Oregon business community. TDS offers high-speed internet, phone, and TV, integrating all your favorite streaming services for both home and business. And the fiber optic network continues to expand through new business construction projects to keep up with our rapidly growing community and its technology demands. Please go to hellotds.com for further details. Our 7th early-stage company from right here in Bend, Oregon, Polaris, an AI-powered site reliability tool that detects outages and incidents in web applications in real time. Welcome, Polaris.
Oh, every time.
Hello. Whoa. Hi there. My name is Brian Love. I'm the CEO for Polaris. I'm a Google developer expert, and I live, work, and play right here in Bend, Oregon.
Hi, and my name is Mike Ryan. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I'm also a Google developer expert, and I'm excited to talk to you about Polaris. So how many of you tried to use an app before where you're trying to maybe get something done for your family or for work and it's been slow or maybe it's not working at all and encountering some bugs? Well, you'd hope that the developers who built that app knew that it wasn't working. Unfortunately, it turns out 2 in 3 developers have no clue when their apps are experiencing some kind of outage like this. And there's a lot of reasons for it, but at Polaris, we're trying to change the game. We're building an AI-powered observability tool for developers that changes the math around incident detection. So we went and talked to these developers because we've built developer tools used by millions of developers around the world. And we said, hey, why don't you look into this? And it turns out that the reasons are nuanced. Either they don't know about the tools or the existing tools are complex or expensive. We're going to pick on one of our competitors, Datadog. They make over $1 billion a year in revenue. And according to developers surveyed, Datadog is either really complex to use because it's a conglomeration of acquisitions or it's expensive. We have one client who pays over $100,000 a year just for this one service. So with Polaris, we're trying to change that. Using AI, we're building an app that lets developers integrate an incident detection tool directly into their application. They get to observe and detect when users like yourself are using their app and are experiencing problems. And we're the right team to build it. I'm going to pass off to Brian to talk about the financials.
Thanks, Mike. So you might be wondering, how are we going to make money with Polaris? Well, there's 17,000 SaaS companies in the United States that are generating about $232 billion in revenue. And our competitors are generating $80,000 in annual recurring revenue. So we think we can tap into this market. So far, we have started to build a product that, we hope to kind of build our engineering team out and start with sales and marketing. And we've actually already started our sales efforts. We just sponsored a conference a couple of months ago, and we've already got a ton of leads. And we are talking to big companies like Capital One. We plan to improve Polaris over the next year by continuing to build out our AI technologies. We want to build out an on-prem solution for our enterprise customers, and we want to make the app self-servicing so people can go on and use the app themselves. And we're Polaris. We help developers build apps that you can trust. Thank you.
Well done. Okay, who's taking it first? Dawn.
So as I understand it, your tool sits on your system along with other tools that are already there to help design. What is the value equation for your tool, which is additive to what's, I believe, already existing?
So that's a great question. You're right, there are tools that exist in this space, but because 2 in 3 developers aren't using any tool at all, we think there's a large market to capture here. The 1 in 3 developers that are using a tool, they are able to afford these expensive players like Sentry and Datadog. We think that the economics of Polaris is going to be attractive to small to medium-sized companies that couldn't afford to use a tool in the first place.
This too is a really ripe area. You're trying to measure something and improve something that currently your customers don't appreciate as happening. That sounds like a uphill task. You're asking them to notice something that isn't there in their mind. How do you convince them that there's a return on investment?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Basically, what we have learned is that customers do tell companies when they're starting to experience outages, but they usually do it by complaining on Twitter or just walking away from the product with their feet. We want to help companies actually understand when outages are happening well before they experience churn. And so that's our value proposition to companies. That for low cost, we're going to help them understand when their customers are experiencing outages and incidents before their customers leave.
Yeah, I can appreciate that very much. Do I have any questions from the audience? Okay, no questions from the audience. So how is your plan to sell this, or do you want to keep working and developing it, and what's kind of the bigger vision?
Yeah, so our plan is to offer monthly and annual subscriptions along with like a minimal usage-based pricing model. So people can take this and increase the profitability of their businesses by knowing ahead of time when incidents might occur, then kind of predictively be prepared for things when things break, so that way customers are not canceling and they can be more profitable. Yeah. Oh, I
like both. Yeah, that was a great answer and good information. But yeah, do you want to sell it or you want to keep it?
So we currently are kind of looking at maybe some potential exit strategies. The observability space right now is ballooning. One of our largest competitors, New Relic, just got bought by private equity. And there's a lot of acquisitions and M&A happening. And so there might be a possibility to exit through an acquisition.
Well, I know you'll make the right decision. This was an awesome pitch and a great product. So thank you so much for being here, both of you.
Thank you. Thank you to the judges.
Yeah, well done. These are amazing pitches. Are y'all paying attention? I see some notes being taken. This is really high quality pitches. I mean, I'm impressed. Sponsor, Umpqua Bank is a proud sponsor of EDCO PubTalk series. At Umpqua Bank, our local bankers proudly serve our community by providing the expertise to help build and maintain meaningful relationships. Umpqua Bank, together for better. Our 8th early stage company, Ravino Inc. from Newburgh, Oregon, is a wine bottle reclamation and sanitation service that collects, washes, and refills wine bottles in Oregon and beyond. Welcome, Ravino Inc.
All right, hello everybody. Honored to be here tonight. I'm Adam Rack.
And I'm Keenan O'Hearn. All right, quick raise of hands. Who's drinking some beer, a little bit of wine, maybe some kombucha? Yeah, everybody? Cool, sweet.
All right, and as responsible Oregonians, we can include all of us, even the Californians. What do we want to do with our packaging when we're done? We want to recycle it, right? But that felt very wrong. So why would we throw away our wine glass? It's perfectly good. We can reclaim it, wash it, use it again, but the bottle in there is perfectly good as well. It even survived the throw into the container.
So the real question here is, why do we treat that refillable bottle different from our glassware?
Yeah. The glasses on your tables are made from the same material that makes up the bottles that are filled, over 60 million of them in Oregon, just with wine alone. That's just a small segment of the 16.2 billion glass jars and containers filled in the United States last year. The pint glasses, the wine glasses on your table all go in there, head to the dishwasher, they come back out, and we fill them again in just a few moments, whereas these bottles, they maybe go into a recycling bin, but the reality is the majority of them go to the landfill, even if they are recycled. So our single-use economy is overlooking a very simple reality, and that is the value of our glass bottles is about the same as it was when they were brand new.
So having grown up in Sisters, Oregon, and the Netherlands, I witnessed firsthand in Europe a refillable ecosystem that was thriving. And I was shocked to find that the United States is the only industrialized country without a commercial-scale refillable glass bottle system. That's a big miss. Even in Oregon, OBRC's own refillable beer bottles are actually collected, exported, and washed in Canada.
So one of the problems in the industry today, all beverages, packaging costs are rising. We aren't even really considering all the other costs that we're realizing. The pollution of manufacturing, the theft of entire beaches of sand abroad that are used to make glass containers. So wineries are making huge commitments right now to go carbon negative, totally carbon positive. And unfortunately, there's not really a great option on the market for them.
So that's where Ravino comes in. We're providing glass bottle washing and reclamation services to wineries. by building a local and sustainable glass supply network. We operate in an infinite loop, so working with manufacturers, distributors, and then also to then the redemption and consumption, and then washing and reuse of those bottles. We partner with the biggest statewide redemption systems. We partner with distributors and the largest glass supply manufacturer in the world. Now, we defined and built these refillable Ravino wine bottles with over 70 different wine producers. Now, these are built and designed for reuse, but they're also built for identifiability by consumers who are increasingly looking for more sustainable options on the shelf.
We've got 41 wineries signed on next year alone, with a pipeline of around 100 additional wineries between Oregon and Washington. We've also got partnerships and connections from New York to California and even Texas, where a group of wineries has been looking for solutions to their glass waste issue. Ravino can provide those solutions, and we will.
By using a refillable bottle, you can reduce 85% of the carbon emissions just by reusing it. Now, by investing in this environmentally sustainable approach, you're investing in a new future, not one of just disposability, but one of stewardship. Thank you.
This is so cool, you guys. Well done. Jen, is the question coming from you?
Okay, so I buy a bottle of wine from whatever, a Roth, and it's in one of your bottles. So how do I get it back to you? How do you intercept the bottle drop system?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we're direct partners with the statewide Oregon Beverage Recycling Cooperative, who runs the most robust and successful redemption system in the United States. So you can actually put our bottles in your green bag program, bring them back, and they'll get sorted and collected and brought back to us.
What do you think, what's the percentage of wine bottles that get into that program anyway? I'll tell you, I only do it because we get like Boy Scout money for that, right? Otherwise, they would just went into the recycle bin and then they just magically disappear.
Yeah. So the wine industry is actually right at a decision point. Right now, wine bottles aren't included in the bottle bill. We'll be participating that on the side. In 2025 is when we're making that decision as an industry. We're participating in those conversations and trying to figure out how reuse can fit in with a larger model. And actually, just this morning, Senator Merkley was in a hearing talking about how to expand reuse and deposit systems nationwide.
Okay, amazing. This is my next question. Are there any states that require, or that provide a deposit on these wine bottles or make it really incentivize the heck out of people?
Yep.
And can you go there?
It is. California just passed it like 2 weeks ago. New York. We've got about 6 states coming in with wine deposits, and it's accelerating from here.
This is amazing, and it would eliminate the neighborhood wine bottles that sometimes are falling out of the blue bin. It's not good. You guys, this is awesome. Thanks so much, and best of luck to you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Our 9th early stage company, Spotlight XYZ from Solana Beach, California, is a community-driven platform connecting people, conscious brands, and creators for social giving and advocacy. Welcome, Spotlight XYZ.
Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Bin and this is Courtney Stone and we're the co-founders of Spotlight. Spotlight is a B2B2C vertical SaaS solution for a purpose-driven audience. Imagine a 20-year-old in your life. They've never joined Facebook, loathe Instagram, and are increasingly lonely. Like 90% of their peers, they are mistrustful of us, the government, and advertising. So they expect brands to take a stand on social and environmental issues because they are truly consumer activists. Brands trying to survive in this economy are trying marketing tactics such as, we'll give 10% of the proceeds off of this shirt back to Feeding America. Right there, they're out of compliance in 45 different states. Brands don't have the tech to unlock the purchasing power of that 20-year-old. Now, enter Spotlight. Spotlight is a community-driven platform for modern giving and advocacy. We leverage AI, more specifically computer vision and machine learning, to build values alignment between brands, organizations, and people. Our software helps answer those questions. How do I start? What do I do? And that is where we come in to build purpose and a sense of purpose and good habits. We contrast from competitors like GoFundMe, Classy, Daffy, Venmo, and other transactional softwares that struggle with upwards of 68% online checkout loss, fraud issues, and antiquated software. Rather, we meet organizational needs with tools that connect their communities by contribution. We have no capacity constraints, patent pending IP, and a competent core team, which includes veteran CTO Leslie Miley from Google. This sets us apart from the competition. Our tools for our social community include two main core engagement tools. First, our P2P giving wallet is first to market to offer sponsored giving. This is a novel way for organizations to gain loyalty with as little as $1 and a strategic method to take the onus off the brands to solve all of the world's problems. Secondly, our digital collectible stickers can be used as ticketing, donations, loyalty rewards programs. And this is a way to really gamify impact through art, all with the same tool. Our patent will provide reverse imaging on those stickers, which will make hats, logos, basketball courts, you name it, scannable, shoppable, and connected to any call to action. We have grown our community 58% month over month this year. We were the giving partner for the Life is Beautiful Festival last weekend, where we actually doubled our community in size. We are partnered with the Imagine Dragons Love Loud Festivals upcoming. We have a pending NIL deal with San Diego State Athletics and Cal Berkeley. We count Puma as a 3-year subscriber, and Polar and 70 other organizations already onboarded. We are working with professional sports teams and athletes such as Alex Morgan and Travis Kelce. Our business model is simple. For-profits come in to pay a subscription to unlock our 2 features, and everyone else pays small transaction fees on money moving into the wallet. We predict our SOM to be upwards of 100 million ARR in 5 years. That's 363 universities, 444,000 nonprofits, and 7 million brands who are struggling to connect with the 117 million people under 40, and that's the US alone. We have raised $1 million in friends and family. That has led us to build this robust MVP and traction to date, and we are looking forward to building out our team and adding to our feature set so that we can hit our next inflection points. Thank you so much.
Amazing.
And thanks for bearing with me. It was freezing up here.
Yeah, it's very chilly. You can actually scooch just a little bit this way. Okay, judges.
That was a lot of information.
It was a lot of it. It was big information. Yeah, I was impressed.
You've really found a way to balance a whole bunch of interesting topics. Yeah, the brands want exposure, the Gen Zs want to fulfill their life and mission driving. What is the end game here for a company like yours? How big does it get big, and what is the exit strategy? Let me put it that way.
Yeah, we're looking at building this towards an IPO. There's definitely companies out there like Microsoft that are looking to build social impact into their tech stack. There's many different options here. So we could build a company that can connect all communities by contribution, because that's the future of where all of our generations are moving towards. If there was a week for a Travis Kelce name drop, it was
No
probably
kidding.
this week.
No kidding.
So talk a little bit about the traceability, right? So like it's a thing, you buy something and it's supposed to support something, but it's really hard to tell if it's actually working. So talk about how you can sort of add credibility there.
Yeah, most companies don't know what people care about. So we're able to provide that data loop back to companies to let people know what that person cares about. So through our stickers, it's connected to a database that basically identifies what causes somebody cares about. So that relays the information back to the company, and that's very valuable. Most people know how old you are or what your gender is, but they don't know what you care about.
Well, this is incredible, you guys. I'm very excited, and it was a beautiful pitch. You really did use the time at a maximum rate. I was very impressed. So thank you for being here. Best of luck, and I'm sure that this is going to work. It's very cool. Yeah. How about some love for these two? Our 10th early stage company, Symphony Markets, right out of Bend, Oregon, is a streamlined SEC compliant exchange for IP owners to list shares of their music while providing investors exposure to a stable, culturally relevant asset class. Welcome, Symphony Markets.
You know what, Chris, you're cheating, man. Oh, sorry. Hello. Hi, guys. My name is Chris, and I'm the founder and CEO, and this is my co-founder and CTO, Kyle. And we are building Symphony, which is an SEC-compliant stock market for music. So I used to work in private equity, and when I was working in private equity, I had noticed a lot of larger private equity firms acquiring music catalogs. And this was interesting to me, but music was left of the thesis of the firm that I was at. So out of pure curiosity and passion, I decided to do some research. And what I learned was interesting. I didn't understand music as an asset class, nor had I really considered it an asset class up until reading these articles. But what I learned was, music is an uncorrelated asset, historically outperforms all of the traditional economic benchmarks. There's predictable cash flow and its cultural relevance. And then in addition to that, between 2021 and 2022, Spotify increased its dividend payout by 40% from $5 to $7 billion, which is an insane amount of growth. So while that was happening, I began to understand and think of music as an asset class, but at the same time, I had a lot of friends, and I'm sure you guys do too, who lost a lot of money in stocks and crypto. And I began to think about what it would look like to offer my friends and people in my community exposure into a culturally relevant asset class that they did understand. So when I was speaking to them, they were telling me, I'm investing in this niche biotech, I'm investing in this crypto asset, but they really had no idea what they were doing. So it made sense, right? This is something that they know and that you can put your money in, and it could, potentially be a path to wealth preservation. So what we landed on was an SEC-compliant exchange of music royalty-backed securities, where we partnered with private equity firms to help them essentially exit on a portion of their portfolio in the form of a Reg A securities offering to retail investors, where these investors are then able to purchase shares of these securities, trade them in a secondary market, or hold them and collect a quarterly dividend in the form of a royalty payment. We've spoken to these rights holders, at least all of them that we can get to, which is most of them, and they told us that they want to see lawyers and users naturally. So we spoke with and have engaged with the top law firm in the space. They've been across the Taylor Swift sale. They were on the Bieber sale. They represent almost all of the big name artists that you can think of. And then we've also spoken to users. And in order to connect and engage with users and build essentially liquidity in the market, we've built a very interesting MVP that allows users to search the projected stock price of any artist that you can think of on Spotify. We also recently launched a feature where you can link your Spotify account and we'll index your top 10 artists, and you can compare that to other indices like the Dow, the S&P, or even fine art. We've spoken to the people who have the rights, and we've spoken to the people who want them, and we're really just the exchange in the middle, facilitating the transaction, and I hope that you guys all use this someday. Thank you very much.
Very cool. Very cool. Judges, who's going to kick this one off?
This is the most, I don't know, you said SEC at least 7 times.
It's important.
No, it's essential. So you need to, here's another marketplace. You need to balance it.
Yep.
It sounds like you've got the supply side. You've got these nice private equity firms who are ready to partially monetize a whole bunch of catalogs. And you've got tools to help the demand side, figure out what am I buying.
Yep.
How do you make a liquid market over time?
Right, so, sorry. Are you familiar with Masterworks? So, that's fine. Masterworks is an SEC-compliant marketplace for fractional art investing. They use they have a tech partner, and their name is Temple Markets. They handle their back-end marketplace and SEC compliance, as well as, and they're also their primary broker-dealer for both primary and secondary offerings. So when it comes to creating a liquid market, right, it's about educating the users the same way that Masterworks does. So when it comes to educating the users, it's about getting, digestible, palatable material, about music as an asset class, putting it in front of them, and then making sure that we build out the marketplace, the demand side, at the same time as we build out the supply side, and just make sure that it's balanced. Oh yeah, then also, sorry. the SEC has a framework called the Test the Waters framework that allows you to essentially take the assets that you have access to and trial road show them in order to build demand. We've seen this in a lot of different alternative marketplaces, and there are also some companies that have done it in the music space as well.
So talk about how liquid these are. How fast can I get out?
Yeah, so that's what our job is. So we're creating that liquidity in the market. We plan to launch with bundles, right? So essentially, themed bundles, early 2000s R&B, classic rock, things of that nature. Again, in order to create the liquidity in the market by garnering a broad amount of attention from the demand side, and ultimately letting people buy and get out. But we've explored different liquidity solutions and spoken with different underwriters and things like that to make sure that the liquidity is there when needed.
Lavert, Bell Biv DeVoe, yeah.
Yep.
You get it? Okay, cool. Very awesome, you guys. Thank you so much, and good luck. Excellent pitch. Let's put our hands together for all 10 of our presenting companies tonight. Incredible. Your brains, all your brains. I'm so impressed. So special thanks to Matt Hand and his tech team with Hand in Hand Productions for tonight's event streaming into other rooms around Worthy. We so appreciate you, Matt. This was quite the setup. So let's vote, shall we? Shall we vote? Are y'all ready to vote? Thank you again to Portland Seed Fund for the valuable $30,000 minimum investment into BVC's early stage competition. I'm going to share just a couple of announcements with you. I want to say a few words about the upcoming Bend Venture Conference. It is 3 short weeks away, and I want to say to Team Edco, you're doing great. Stay hydrated. If you need a pep talk, call me. It's in its 20th year, and there's been over $12 million deployed into 45 companies over just the past 5 years alone. BVC has had multiple exits for its investors and 10 exits so far. Those exits have seen returns across the portfolio. We also have keynote speaker Joth Ritchie, CEO of Dutch Brothers Coffee, so that will be a highlight of the event. And more than one company from each track can be invested in. So it starts to get really exciting. If you've never been, I can't recommend it enough. It's a really great time. So upcoming events not to miss, obviously, mark your calendar for BVC. It's October 19th and 20th in downtown Bend. And to learn more about that, let's welcome Jen Lynch, BVC Fund Manager, back to the stage. Jen, you thought you were getting a break, but you're on the clock, sister.
What am I talking about?
Talk to us about Bend Venture Conference.
All right. So the Bend Venture Conference is coming October 19th and 20th. My job is to be the fund manager for the BVC Impact and Growth Funds. So we are a collection of angel investors based here primarily in Bend, Oregon, who are going to place an investment in one of the companies that will be presenting on stage at the BVC at the end of October. Our angel fund is put together with all kinds of people just like you and a whole bunch of you who are standing out there in the audience. And we really just this is a collaborative effort that's about the voices of the community, small business owners and exited entrepreneurs and people who are still doing their own thing, all combining together to take a look at a whole bunch of really exciting companies and write the big check that the companies get at the end of that conference. So if you want to learn more about that, visit bendvcfund.com, bendvc.com, and you can reach me that way and learn more about being part of our process.
Thanks, Jen. I'm so excited for Bend Venture Conference. Who's going to be there? Yeah, all right. I'll see you there. Can't wait. 3 weeks away. It's hard to believe. So we have some other upcoming EDCO and other local events coming soon. High Desert Innovation Week. This October, organizations from across Oregon are gathering to showcase the unique startup resources and collaborative culture that make Oregon a hub for entrepreneurship as part of the inaugural High Desert Innovation Week, October 16th through the 20th, 2023. That's this year. An event organized by Bend Startup Central, Cultivate Bend, Built Oregon, Bend Outdoor Works, Virtue Lab, and Economic Development for Central Oregon. Reddy's News and Brews is on October 25th at General Duffy's in Redmond. Check it out. And PubTalk is going to be back here again at Worthy on November 16th. We are a week early in November because of Thanksgiving, so please don't miss it. How are we looking on voting? Do I have an update? Not quite yet, huh? Did anybody remember to bring mittens tonight? I can say that I sure didn't, and I'm afraid that some of my fingers might fall off at the end of the night. This is a real problem I might be facing. Is it hot tea time, or is that just me? I'm like, yeah, hot beverages. I don't know. Are you still drinking beer? How are you holding your glasses? I have an ice water. It's not pretty over here. Okay, are we getting close? Have you all voted? Did you all vote? Did you know right away who you were going to vote for? Did you have to think about it a lot? No, you guys are like, you're in it to win it. You're here. Are you actually here with companies supporting specific people? And you can't use all 3 of your votes for the same company, so you had to spread it out, yeah? Yeah. Did anybody have any issues with the app, or did it work? Everything worked smooth? Okay, great. Who do you guys think is going to take the big check home? Who did you guys come here with? Yeah, I have to say, this was one of the most impressive lineups that we have had in our startup pitches. And I know I say that every year, but I mean it every year. Truly, this is incredible. Okay, someone's running towards me with a slip of white paper. I think it's a list of people. Is this happening? It's not happening. Okay, false alarm. False alarm. I'm delirious with coldness. So for those of you who haven't had a chance to come to BVC, I want to tell you that it is truly one of my most favorite events of the whole year. And I will tell you why, because the topics range across the most random spread of things. You will learn more about steel pipe cutting and surgical practice procedures and tech and companies making an impact that you can ever imagine. In fact, at the end of the conference day on the 20th, I pretty much have to go home and just stare at the wall for 3 days because my brain is like, wah, wah, wah. It's so much. It's so good. Have you all been? You have to come this year. Well, and if yours ends up on stage, you definitely have to come. But the whole conference is so much fun. There's meetups and seminars the day before, cocktail party, lots of really good snacks, if you guys are into snacks. I'm definitely into snacks. Okay, voting is going to be closing in 37 seconds. So if you haven't put your vote in, now is your chance. You're voting for 3 companies. 5 of these companies are actually going to make it onto the stage on the 20th of October. Oh, Roger, you're so sweet. Oh, Roger, you're such a gentleman. This is going to be great. You guys are going to see how short I am. Thanks, Roger. He's pretty tall. Roger, your jacket smells nice. Thank you. I might keep this one. Huge improvement. So I think it's going to be really, really hard. I have no idea which 5 are going to be chosen. Matt, you have any guesses? It's impossible. They were incredible. And like I said, like such a range of really innovative topics. But I think it's so exciting to see you all using your incredible brains and your creative thinking and then actually putting it into solutions that can be funded. That's the key. We can all have a good idea, but if that idea doesn't get funded, it doesn't make it out into the world. So you all are really doing the most exciting work. Okay. It still says 37 seconds. I think, Matt, you're messing with me. I'm just talking crazy now, so that's great. It's not accurate. I think, have you all voted? Give me a round of applause if you voted. Okay, so about 17 of you have voted, so I'm going to need the rest of you to type it in. Put that vote in there. Okay, are we close? Are we close? Where are my judges? Are they having a secret meeting, Matt? Is it serious, or do they look like they know what they're doing? Yes. Have they done this before? Yes. Is Dawn going to be the problem child? Possibly. Ooh, Dawn? I have to say the judges did an excellent job tonight. Their questions were awesome. They were awesome. Look at the screen. Ah, thanks. Thanks, Matt. This is not mine and Matt's first time working together. Although it is the first time that I worked on a project with Matt and I thought my hands might fall off. So that's been fun. All right. Okay. So I'm wondering, do you guys want me to tap dance? Actually, where's the Village People guy? Maybe he could come back up. We could actually have that lip sync battle. Listen, I've got a Celine Dion on deck that will blow your mind. I'd be happy to take this jacket off and just hit it so hard. While we're on the topic of lip sync battles, we might as well, right? Because it is a really fun thing to talk about. If you ever get the chance to participate in a lip sync battle, I want to highly encourage you to take that opportunity. Because here's the thing, it doesn't actually require any skill. No skill at all. You're not using your voice. You know, you don't even have to dance. What it does require is full commitment. If you ever get the chance to participate in a lip sync battle, take that opportunity and then leave nothing on the stage. Okay, you prepare, but not too much, and then you get up on that stage and you rip it so hard. You pick a song that is very strong, a song that your crowd will respond to, and then you go really, really hard. And I feel like I'm really talking this up. We're gonna have to add a lip sync battle into BVC. So Megan and John, if we could chat about that. Is this happening? This is happening. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Top 5. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, and so do we want to call Corey Allen up here to help me with this, or do you want me to announce the 5 and then? Okay, I'm going to announce the 5. They are in alphabetical order. I'd love to have a drum roll if I could. So if you could all just make some noise, thank you, and sort of tap your feet and hit the table. In alphabetical order. Moving on to the Ben Venture Conference stage in October is Finnegan the Dragon, Fior, Polaris, Rivino, and Symphony. Welcome to Ben Venture Conference. You're pitching again. Now, I do have a check for $3,000 for one of our 5 advancing companies. Corey Allen, why don't you come on up here? Bring that check with you. Corey Allen, thank you so much for being here. Corey Allen, everybody. Thanks, Corey. Way to fill the stage. Thanks. I appreciate that. Okay, so out of you, 5 companies proceeding to Ben Venture Conference, one of you is taking $3,000 home, and that is Rivino. Come on up and get your check. I loved that response. That was great. I like the energy, yes. Yeah, get on up here, you guys. So I think we want to get pictures with all 5 of our advancing companies. Is that right? So all of the pitches, everybody who pitched, come on up. I should probably take this giant coat off.
Hold on. We got a wardrobe change real quick. Hold on. Wardrobe change.
Chuck it.
Oh, you should get that back on. Here we go. Roger.
Roger, the best.
You're the best, Roger. Well done, you guys. This is so exciting. Okay, 3. Yeah. Well, actually, we're gonna get a picture with everybody. So keep your giant check. Okay, I know $3,000 to buy $3,000 worth of wine and do some experimenting. Figure it out. It's not really fair that I'm the only one with the microphone right now, is it? Yeah, everybody who is advancing, come on up. Actually, let's get everybody, all 10 pitching companies, come on up. How much woodchuck could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Funny one, Matt. How hard was it to type that in? Wow. Okay, all of you, get on up here. Okay, and there's this big screen over here, so maybe we might make a second row. Shorty's in the front.
Are we squatting? Are we standing? What are we doing?
These guys are kneeling. Oh, uh-oh. That's why you gotta go with a Lululemon. 5-way stretch.
If anyone else can kneel, that'd be awesome. Bring it in. Act like you like each other. Big happy family. I'm putting my
Right.
Nice job.
Thank you. Okay, so now we want a picture with our 5 companies advancing, yes? Okay. Are you advancing?
I'm advancing.
You are advancing. Not in that way. Advance right off the stage, Corey Allen. Thank you, Washington Mutual. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I should just chuck myself off the stage. Washington Trust. I know, it's terrible. Beautiful smiles, everybody. All right, my friends, another giant thank you is in order to Washington Trust Bank for stepping up again to write the check for the audience vote, $3,000. Thank you, Corey Allen. I owe you one. And congratulations to all of our winners. You made it to the, thank you. You made it to the BVC stage. You're taking home some startup cash, Ravino. Congrats to all of our presenters. You are doing amazing work. And thank you all for coming. Thank you for rooting on our finalists. And good night. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see you next month at BVC. Thank you.